Art is something that selects a person what you will become. Now, with me, that was very interesting because I was born in Africa for my parents who were from Europe, but my dad was a diplomat and he thought there would be a Second World War in Europe. And said, let's leave Europe, go Africa, and he bought a coffee plantation in a place called Kaffa, where the coffee originated to begin with. However, war broke out in Africa too. I was 2 years and 8 months old when I saw killings, blood, fear, and we had to run for our lives. So things like this stay in your soul. And then it happened again when I was 5. So when I went to Paris, fine art school, there was a big push towards modern art. And modern art creates sensation of something absolutely traumatic. And I didn't want that because throughout my life, we traveled in so many places. And as far as I could tell, humanity needs serenity. We need to have awareness of each other. And also, basically, I found out very quickly when I was very young that anger creates anger. And I wanted people to be serene.
Things that make me angry is when people like hurt other people, people do bad things, they steal, they abuse people. Like I just get so angry when I hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, anger is a good fuel too, especially when you're young. It's really what fuels and changes a lot of things in the world. Young passion, young anger. I'm not saying to just be angry all the time, but recognize it when you are, and recognize that it's really good fuel to change things, to create things that will make the world a better place, if that's your goal, you know. Not everybody's goal is to make the world a better place. Some people are evil, you know, they want to make the world miserable. I like to add good in the world, so I try and figure out how I do it. And I tell you what, living this long, as much as I have, has its benefits too, because you're gonna go about things a little differently than you would if you're young, you know. When you're young, you haven't done all of these things so much. You feel like maybe love, maybe sex is the last chance you might have to feel certain things in your life. But when you're older, you tell yourself, oh, you know, I've had a lot of life. Now I can go about things a little less rushed, and hopefully make a better influence on the world. When I hear yourself, I put myself back to the age I was when you were asking the same questions, and I'm like, oh man, that is a painful situation. But really, I'm as old as I am now, and I'm still asking myself those questions too, you know. I did find out what I was angry about, what I wanted to change in the world, what I wanted to fix, and I was a little bit angry in my day that I didn't learn about native Hawaiian animals, you know. So I went and started doing coloring books, getting them out there, creating books like this. This is called Honuen Hina, and The Tale of Rabbit Island School. And so that passion drove my life's work. And I love teaching people about wildlife and how to make the things in their head turn out on paper, or in your case, how to make the things in your head come out on film the best, you know? How do I make it come across to people in a fun way? And when you do it, you're gonna know. They're gonna laugh, they're gonna do whatever it is you want them to feel, and mostly you're gonna know it's a hit. Boom.
Something that I'm super passionate about is the houseless population in Hawaii and how a majority of them are Native Hawaiians. So that gives me an idea to maybe focus on that, and I can create like a film bringing to light the importance and just bringing awareness, because I feel like not a lot of people know about that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, a light just went on in my head when I heard you say that, because I'd say you could spend a whole lifetime, you know, really making good progress and doing really good things for the world in that regard.
Yeah.
All my years on the run, chasing hell, drinking devil's blood. I never caught a fire that could ever slow me down. Even fighting in the war, dodging lead, breaching rival doors. I never took no heat that could ever strike me down. Oh, when I'd come home, glory, hallelujah. Oh, your love had a way of knocking me on down. All my days in the woods, just a blade and a point to prove. I never picked a fight that could ever put me down. Oh, but when I'd come home, glory, hallelujah. Oh, your love had a way of knocking me on down.
guys hungry? Oh, there's Barney. There's Barney. I know. You can't just have it. There's Apollo. And
Oh, your love hideaway.
better get over here. You're gonna miss out, you guys.
Knocking me on down.
All right, let's come, Chief.
Every night held by. Every time I cry and see the blue,
I'm coming, goat.
nothing else out
There's my goat. You guys want some?
help is in
Want some?
your
Seeing heat, buddy. Seeing heat. I know, you can't get to him. Alright, goats, here I come, sheep. It's a little one.
You want me to drop you off?
Sure.
Okay.
If I'm like spearfishing and I'm like I got a fish, I can't like sometimes it's like hard to like keep it there and then like because the waves are like pushing me and I'm trying to keep it there and you know it's just
Camera when I shoot on burst sends out an electrical signal like a panicking fish.
right.
And so sometimes curious sharks will come and check that out with me. I have actually been snuck up on sharks a couple times.
But I've had like 3 sharks come up to me. I've had like sharks just like lay there and like stare me down and all that. And I tell all my friends and they're like, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, well, that's the Hawaii life.
Yeah. When I got my first street bike, I really wanted the Harley Sportster, the 1200.
Oh, yeah.
But then, you know, because I got my first bike, I was riding dirt bikes, and I got my first dirt bike when I was 9.
Right.
You know, I had big dreams of getting the Harley Sportster, but I wound up with a Honda Rebel.
I'm actually gonna get a Indian Scout 60.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool bike.
Yeah, I already have all the gear and all the stuff already done on.
I'm really happy for you. You're so lucky that you have Rubben for a father who's just happy to welcome you into this adventurous life.
Yeah, I know he'll be there on this journey.
say when you're young, you don't even feel the water. You just go.
Yeah, that's a little chilly. As you get older, you're a little hesitant to jump in the water. Although you do learn as you get older, like just jump in and get it over with.
Right.
There's no like I'm gonna touch my toe and worm my way in.
To the best of both worlds, right? You get full country, and then you. Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that does taste good. So great spot. Like you're right near. Because I mean, to me, it's like a big monument, Coco Head, and then you're right around Sonoma Bay. You're by Sandy Beach.
Yep.
You're by Moncapoo. You're by Waimana. Dude, you're by like the top 3 beaches of 10 in the world, man.
Yep. It's just right down the street.
No, you're close to everything. Costa's in. I love North Shore, but at the same time, yeah, you haven't even been to mine. I'm up on the farms in the middle of nowhere. So it takes you 10 minutes to get to my gate.
Take the fiberglass off and cut it on. It's kind of like how you use it. And then what this is, all this is just the foam. It's resin, but I use a dye. There's a pigment, and then there's a tint. And the blue tint is translucent, but the pigment is opaque. Everything's done by hand.
Oh my gosh, the lettering looks like perfect.
I know. The winner's gonna hold this over their head. You know what I mean? It's made as a. It's supposed to be bright and really like fun, right? I want them to feel like they belong together.
You see, you get to see the children, and because that's what I love to do is I love to teach them, and I see how they're so excited. It's like they're little seeds.
Yeah.
They're little seeds. They're little flowers that need more water, and it can continue to
But
blossom.
the thing about teaching is that when you teach, you learn at the same time. In a certain way, we're blessed to have always known what we wanted to do.
Absolutely.
And in another way, it's like there's a burden that you carry because you've always known what you want to do.
I think, to me, it's not that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing or being, but it's that void.
We're both people that began our lives
Yeah.
with a very clear understanding of who we are and where we're going.
Yeah. When that's not filled, it's like that's what makes you feel ill. You know? It's like that thing of saying, hey, what is my gift and how can I share it with the world? And when you do that, naturally you're feeling that.
Right.
When you finally get the gift and it's on the table and you finally open it, you're like, this is mine! And it's like one of the best gifts that you can ever be given when you realize something that you want to do for the rest of your life.
And you have to know to open it. You have to refine your own skills and your own thoughts and your own concepts of how things are done.
Long as the wind blows through my hair, I'll keep singing for love to be shared. I'm in peace with myself now. It took me a while. I'm in peace with my mistakes. It was about time. Fragile is the heart of a man, naked as the morning breeze. Fragile is the heart of a man, finally revealed.
I'm so dialogue for us to have that conversation about why they use it.
How did it go after that?
It was great. You know, they're like, we don't use it to like, you know, to be like derogatory. We're using it to communicate with you because that's my boy, right? But I'm not gonna call anybody that. And I was like, right. And I was like, but at the end,
I was walking down Ala Moana and just minding my own business, listening to music, carrying a shopping bag. and a guy on a skateboard rolled by and slapped me on the butt.
The what?
And yeah, I had no idea who it was, and I turned around thinking it must be a friend, you know, and I thought maybe it was someone from work,
Like
or
somebody
one of my
you knew.
girls.
Right.
And I turn around, and it's this guy on a skateboard, and he goes rolling by, and I got so mad, like there was no way I was gonna catch him, but I just started cussing.
Yeah.
Yelling.
You should have just been chasing him the hell down, like
yelling and cussing in the middle of the street.
of the boardwalk.
And everyone was looking at me like I was just crazy, because to them nothing
'Cause they didn't
happened,
see
and I
anything
just
that
started
happened.
yelling. So I looked like I just had Tourette's and was just
Oh my god, like
but
what
I'm- yeah, and it's crazy, and you know, you tell other guys that and they kind of like chuckle about
Oh no,
it.
they laugh because they think it's funny. Because like
Yeah.
to them, anybody being hurt is a joke. You
Yeah.
know, because they can't even laugh at their own like pain. You know, or they can't
Mhm.
even like be at comfort with their own pain, so they laugh.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's super hilarious, dude. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna dig that shit. And it's just like, no, we do not dig that ignorance. Like,
Not at all.
Yeah, and that no, and I've worked in the bar industry long enough to like just see that kind of
Yeah.
shit all the time. Like, you know, I've seen men just aggressively bump into women or just like move around a woman like purposefully to
Like-
get her attention.
And
Like
since when does it, like, music is not an excuse to introduce yourself to a woman by way of physical
contact. Yes. And when we go to the dance floor and we show off our moves that we've been learning in the mirror and shit,
Yeah.
they all of a sudden like, oh, I want to get up on that, you know?
But
Because like,
say something first. Don't just poke your way in. Like,
hey, mommy ain't enough. Are you saying that's not enough anymore? Hey, mommy. I'm like, I don't even get that. They're like, hey, I'm like, ooh, this is getting like.
Yeah.
Like you're actually putting out thoughts. That's nasty, bro. Like
Yeah.
you ain't moving to a beat. Like what's happening back there? Like you know.
I know. That's why I love going to gay bars, because
Gay bars are
great.
the
They have better
the-
music,
and the
no
guys are better
music.
dancers. You
Yes.
know, like because the other guys they just have one move. It's like
Yeah,
the
and they
hip
come up
thrust,
to you
like-
from the front. They don't approach from behind and
Yeah,
ambush
and I'm
you.
like, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd prefer it because sometimes they come at you from the front. and You're like, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
they
it gives you the chance to say.
Yeah, my face got very stone hard in the club one time because I was just sitting there. And I saw a guy trying to
I
come
love
to me,
it
and
when
I
you
just
give that glare.
really. I brought in a bunch of different artists from all around the world, like because we had to do Zoom or whatever. So we had these people from Japan, from California, New York, all
so
doing,
lucky.
so they were doing workshops with them, you know. Some were doing
Wow.
hip hop workshops, some were doing instrumental workshops, some were doing poetry, you know. So it was great to
Wow.
kind of expose them to this outside of just myself. Yeah, because when people talk to me like, you're so positive, I'm like, really? Like, I don't see that, but okay,
Yeah,
because
it's
like,
just our meter is so different now. Like what it
Mhm.
takes for us to feel scalded in the hot boiling water, you know, like the frog experiment. Our boiling level is up here.
girl, yes. yeah.
Everyone else are still dipping their toes in and getting.
It takes a long time for me to get into my hood shit. Like I'm just like, you know, like it takes a minute because you know people try to test you, and because I work in a facility, you know, I'm like, like I have my boys, they itch, they scratch the
As
things
they
that bother
do,
you,
as they
and you know, and you have to teach these young men how not to be a toxic person, like, and so I'm constantly having to correct them, and I was like, boy, if you think I have any problem talking to you like this, you out of your mind, like no, you know what I mean? Like they're like
How do you
like
do it?
you know, lots of prayer and daily exorcisms. I cannot tolerate ignorance.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
Especially like a continued intergenerational ignorance.
Well,
I'm
and
like, no.
as an educator, you shouldn't tolerate ignorance. It's literally, that is why you exist.
Girl, it is exhausting. You know, I
have
found
the
my first
laser
gray
vision to
hair.
the truth.
Like, I'm not even 30 yet, girl, and I found gray hairs and shit, and I was like, oh, all these kids. I told them, I was like, y'all better love the hell out of me because I'm getting gray hairs for y'all trying to bring in these people. And like, oh, thanks, miss. So they got in a fight like the day before we had a pauhana, you know?
Oh, no.
They got in a fight. But then I also understand the history of the word because I was raised in the hood, so I'm like, yeah, like, all right, like, so I see both sides, and so you have to see it from not just one place of being like, hi,
You have to
maka
be able to
maka.
get to them.
Perfect day for the road. The blue sky will take us home. We'll take it easy, we'll take it slow. It's a good day for the road. And time goes so fast when you're with the ones you love. But I won't worry today, even if time flies away.
I have been breaking into portraits actually, so I found some travel photos from some of my friends that I've been using as reference images and really taken in the human form of it.
Well, you know, people that can really get the human figure and face, they can do anything they want, and they'll always have work, that's for sure.
Yes.
The guy tells me, oh, my ear's not that big, my nose not that big. I'm like, oh, man.
I think the scariest moment is giving someone their portrait and seeing their reaction and just waiting.
Well, that's why I paint birds. You know, the birds ain't going to tell me my beak is too big. And I do enjoy the process more for me when I'm painting nature and wildlife. Oh, boy, he sculpts surfboards for one, yeah?
Yeah, he takes it and turns it into something magical and he blends it into the scenery. And every carving has a meaning to it. It's not just pure beauty, which is beautiful.
Oh, man.
Done too many canvases at mural size like yours.
Yeah. Painting big, it's really glamorous.
It's satisfying.
Aphrodite, Ventus, Chaos, Dionysus, Hera, Hermes, Icaro,
If somebody wants to throw bold colors in there, or if somebody wants to take their paintbrush and paint a perfect image and then swirl it up, I completely encourage them to just explore their weirdness.
Yeah. Well, it's all about experimenting to me. I mean, yeah, if we're doing the same thing all our lives, we're not going to grow. We might sell. People might like the thing that they liked about our artwork. And yeah, you know, money is fuel to do what we love. But the personal growth is why we don't keep doing it over and over and over again.
Without, you know, overplaying the tourist attraction type art. Not that that's a bad thing. We love our tourists and we love our art. And it is an accomplishment to have your art mass produced in that way. That sounds so big. I just like to encourage a bit more self-identification and putting your personality and your individuality into your work.
Yeah, to put your own personal like vision on what you're looking at.
I think as artists, it actually is crucial to our artistic growth to be in beautiful places and to surround ourselves with inspiring things, because the saddest thing in the world is an artist with nothing to paint or nothing to create. And isn't that the funny thing, is we put all this energy into our new idea and we're so excited about it and we go at it with this great passion, and then by the end we're fizzled out and we're on this new idea and we haven't even made it, you know.
I think basically we're visionaries, and we kind of feel in the back of my mind anyway, in my mind, I'm feeling like my job is to create the visions. Even if I get a team to carry out that vision or what, I'm off creating another vision. I'm like the beginning part of creation, you know, and I think a lot of artists are the beginning part of creation. We're visionaries.
When you don't know where you're going, every road can get you where you're going. All of these amazing ideas and amazing inspirations that come along that you don't expect, they're never going to show up. The doors will be open and you won't walk through.
The first time I ever painted a mostly successful portrait, you know, we always kind of...
What does mostly successful mean?
That means...
It means the face...
That means that what we were talking about, 90%? Or what was it?
The face was painted and it exists and it looks mostly like the person. But I was surprised with myself because I didn't realize that I could paint that level.
The birds fly south as the light leaves your eyes. Hold on to your dream. Oh, I know you wanna scream. Since the day you're born, you're just a flower on your own, waiting for the sun to blossom, hoping to break through the storm.
Painting is meditation, and the reason I like to take people outdoors to teach them to paint is not only to connect with nature and to really block out their everyday life, but to me, painting is also a meditational practice. And I'm probably going to start using your idea to meditate before. I kind of just meditate during. It's all kind of one process for me. I teach them to paint what they see and not necessarily to paint what they know, because, you know, what you think you know can mislead you. But you can't deny what's right in front of your face. And that's why I like to take people out to paint directly from life. You know, they can see how the light sits and where the shadows hide. And, you know, and I kind of teach along the lines of, you know, locking in your shadows first and solidifying your object in that space and then worrying about the light after, because you can always place the light. I find that people tend to leave my plein air picnics not only with a new set of skills, but rejuvenated.
Like getting them off of the concrete, out of their cars, out of their apartments, down onto the ground, and actually feeling the energy, the mana of that place.
Exactly.
And, you know, being out in the wind and hearing the voices, or, you know, seeing the signs in the clouds. And you can't get those ho'ailona. You can't connect with spirit or earth when you're cooped up in a little box somewhere. So
exactly.
I think that's awesome. You know, so I teach the kids, like, when you go somewhere and you have this gut feeling that you shouldn't be there, how many of you have had that? Oh yeah, I felt that. And then you just leave, right? Yeah, gotta leave. So I tell them, like, the times I haven't listened is when I got arrested, I got in trouble, you know, you gotta listen.
You know, every time I paint, I do learn something new, or I kind of open something up, kind of how you were talking about.
Yeah.
We have that flow that goes through us. Not only do I feel it come out of my body, but I also feel any blockages removed. I think about, well, all different kinds of things, you know, as any meditational practice. You know, thoughts kind of pass by and you get to observe them and release them, or keep them close to your heart.
I've come to learn the difference between when ideas and stuff is flowing through me versus when I'm trying to force it to happen, you know. And you really gotta, like, be aware of that, because one is you or your ego or whatever you want to call it, and one is just being connected and attuned to what's flowing, what's coming. And so I think when you're open and you're flowing and, you know, your head's wide open, all that stuff's coming, like, you come up with crazy stuff, or you make mistakes and you're like, oh, I never thought of that. Why did I do that? You know, and then you flip the canvas and you're like, oh, or somebody walks by and explains to you what your painting's about. Like, oh yeah, never thought of that. So I think it's important to be able to allow that to flow, both in the meditation and while you're painting or creating, whatever the medium may be.
When I'm not sitting there painting, trying to get it technically correct, and I just let it flow, it's always my best work. And I always learn something new, you know, a new depth, or, like you said, a new way of doing something that for whatever reason I never tried before. That's what I love about landscape painting too, is not only is it a connection to nature, but it's a record of history, because that place will never look that way again.
Like, man, I'm painting the same thing, or I'm drawing the same thing because I was approaching it the same way. I'd look at that blank surface and do the same things, right? The same order of, I do this, I sketch this in this color, and then I fill it in. I fill in this background, and then I fill in this foreground, and I go back to this outline, and it's like monotonous. So as I started to incorporate meditation, I just would ask for inspiration. Like, okay, I want to paint about the beginnings of the Kumulipo. Can you help me do that? And so rather than approaching the canvas in the same way, I just started throwing paint at it in random ways and not knowing where it was going, and just having faith that it's gonna come together.
Concrete and cars and buildings and things that, you know, some of the things are luxuries and some of the things are shelter, but we definitely don't need as much as we have, and we definitely don't need to ruin as much as we have.
Never been in this place before.
That's nice. Wow, that's nice. Wishing someday we'll get one of those, buying one of those properties to be in the house.
Hawaii Kai, right? This is location.
Talking about million dollars area. Location.
Very close.
46 going to Rubben.
Yeah. That is, yeah. My name is Robin, right?
Just nice to see you.
A lot of times you want to get the directional light. So when you're carving, you can see it.
Wow,
You can see it
that's
from the
this
different
is just touching my soul. That's it.
That's my son,
Hey,
Bill.
how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We used to have different bikes.
I got it many times. I got Holly.
I mean, as long as it's lovely.
I see you on the street. I don't know what it is, but it's just a shame.
It's an old surfboard that I found when
I'm not saying tell me what is the shape.
Oh, it's like
I just now to see that.
because this is bugs in the mold, and I use like these are all little coral that I found, but I use the clay, like the thing, and then this one I've been doing the hands there.
I cut the strip I molded, I stripped the thing. And it's so nice. Oh, come back. Oh, sometimes you have to come over.
I wanna come see your studio. I'd love to come see you. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. It's so nice to meet you.
Hey.
Hey guys, how are you?
What I'm doing now is being able to not only empower myself but empower other young people too. Because I think as much as I like creating art, I've understood that I also like being that teacher.
So many people love your art because you just have so much diverse things for people to choose from. And I feel like you being young and being like a really cool artist can inspire other artists to do like similar things to you.
What I wanted to do was kind of not just be in the museums, but I wanted to also, create clothing, and I wanted to do private work for people, paint murals, and do all the things. And I think that's one of the points that like really got me excited. I wasn't ashamed to be like, hey, I'm working on this today. It's probably gonna suck and it's probably gonna look bad, but that's completely fine. And I think with the audience that I developed liked seeing me mess up, and me owning the fact that I messed up allowed me to be a better artist. I learned along the way over the years, and I was just kind of like, it's super cool, now I'm being able to transition into doing what I went to school for, which is sculpting. I have the funds to kind of do what I'm most passionate about, because I started off doing painting. The biggest part where I gained my following is like with people that share the same kind of love and creativity and passion for the things that they're doing. And so when that happens, then we kind of create something super fantastic and super just amazing, and then the world can appreciate that. It's just go outside, get out there, talk to people, find local events that interest you. There's so many dope creative people that are willing to collaborate, that are willing to work with you, do cool stuff with you, and a lot of them you reach into that network, and that's a whole tree for you to explore. It should be easy, and I think people just don't think of it that easily. Because don't get me wrong, in terms of working for that, yeah, it's hard. Learning all of that is difficult, but once you get past that, there's so many more things you can do.
She's
waiting for
something.
the hummingbirds to
Beautiful.
fly by.
Thank you. Just gonna hang around here.
Are these?
I don't know how busy in town.
Yeah. It's not too bad right now. It's actually pretty clear.
Asking
Oh,
not to
putting him in the emo.
I don't cut like a camera to cut that one and follow that. I don't do that. I just memorize that and bring home and put together.
So you paint from feeling and memory.
It is like mostly like that. You never see anything like that in the real life.
This is the moment. You know, this is a story of manhood and masculinity and men working together to provide and feed. This cute couple with the Chevy and the 2 surfboards really speaks to me.
Oh yeah, just go ahead.
You know, a Honda
really light.
Okay, a Honda Rebel was my first street bike actually.
Oh, so you know how to ride a bicycle? Don't worry, just get it.
I've been riding since I was 9. I got my first dirt bike.
Actually, I used to have a big bike, but lately I got these tires because I live in the uphill. Sometimes it's the price.
Also, a whole revolution inside the hospital. All the employees are putting up their art. Patients, when they're walking by, to see colorful things, and makes them forget that they're there for a reason.
This is almost like a plumeria crossed with a hibiscus together.
Exactly. It was floral going in my head. I didn't know what kind, so I just played and it became a little abstract fantasy. This was another palette.
I was just gonna ask.
That was another palette.
I love that you threw the sunglasses.
I love the color. I love her abstract needs.
Yeah.
Okay, really. Yeah, you just get it. Yeah.
Attention getting. I have goosebumps even just looking at it.
Yeah, I've never done anything with video games, but I assume that it's kind of similar to films because it has the visuals and audio. So that's something that I would actually really love to learn about.
Yeah, what's really cool is, you know, with real life, you gotta have, you know, the set where, you know, if there's a wall in the way, there's a wall in the way. One of my favorite, you know, The Office was actually really cool, not only, you know, for its subject matter and its characters, et cetera, and its humor, but because they worked with such a closed set, you know, usually where a theoretical wall would be, you know, they can sort of move that around, they can put something there, you know, it can be like an open face, sort of fourth wall sort of scenario. So yeah, oh jeez, it's been a little while. But yeah, here we are.
Wow, yours is so beautiful. I opened it up the last time for sure. Wow, such a nice view, such a nice painting.
I know. I love the mountains. It's been raining a lot recently. Let's go ahead and set that over here. Hey, but yeah. I've had several years in band, and I've been playing this for like 10 years. But yeah, so because of that, I have that sort of musical sort of ear, and I can notice melodies changing and stuff. But one of the things that I did to sort of heighten this sort of sense is I went on YouTube and I looked at a whole bunch of videos that people smarter with music than I, for sure, have made, and you know, they've really analyzed various soundtracks and stuff, and so I look at all that, and it sort of helped me to pick out when leitmotifs are used. And I've made it I made it my purpose to, like, once I watch a movie once, I'll like go back and rewatch it, but I'll keep the soundtrack in mind whenever possible. And I notice like how it fades in, how it fades out, how it transitions to other stuff, how, you know, things rise and surge with like action as well.
That's so interesting to me because I'm on the other side of the spectrum. Like when I watch movies, I see from the director's point of view. Like I see all the different angles they have to do, and all
like
of that.
lighting, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how I see things, not hearing things, and that makes a huge difference in a movie, you know. And like even if the viewers aren't consciously aware of the audio, like it makes a big difference in how the movie is overall. I never know what kind of music best fits the video and what would tie it all together, and I just feel like you would know exactly.
Yeah, and like fade-ins and transitions and stuff as well. Like I was editing a video, and I'm not as good of an editor as I am like sort of audio sort of stuff, but I was putting together a little application video for one of my favorite like tournament sort of things. It's kind of weird. But then I was having a really hard time like switching, you know, when should the music sort of stop? How should it stop? Should I make it fall away immediately? Should I sort of fade it out very quickly? How to Train Your Dragon, I just love it. And one of the things that it does is it links up the characters and the themes with certain motifs, like music motifs. So they're called leitmotifs, which is what the whole thing was about. And so, you know, they bring that in when a character would come in, you know, their little motif, their leitmotif would play in the back. The themes change and mix as certain relationships happened. And, you know, the biggest relationship in that movie is the main character and his, you know, pet sort of dragon companion. And so, I love that movie so much. But yeah, so he has his theme and Tiflis has his theme. And then they combine and they change from major to minor to back to major again based on when they're having conflict versus when they're doing great and they're really working together super well. And it's just the most incredible thing. And I think I've cried 4 times listening to that soundtrack that I've ever cried. I'll listen it through multiple times. And then like the first time I'll just sing along with it. Second time I'll do like only the pitches. And then the third time, I tried to make a separate melody that works with it, a counter melody. And what that's helped me do is become really like skilled in knowing the different parts of a scale, different parts of a chord, and that sort of thing. And as far as just having the ear to develop music and really listen to that sort of thing, that's really, really helped. You know, just getting down all the parts of a song, those intervals, you know, some of them are major, some of them are minor, they have different characteristics. Chords as well have different characteristics and almost like moods, personalities. Having the ability to speak these different languages and influence them as much as possible, but still like delegate things is like a super helpful skill. And it's like something that I know I'll be working on for a long time.
Contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roger, Hawaii, reading you loud and clear also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of test.
Okay, we checked all 4 systems, and there you go on modulation, all 4, and keying with a go.
Yeah, this is where he lives.
Roger, you're loud and clear here also.
I know the work. I've never met him, but I know the work for sure.
Oh yeah, Bill Braden. Luckily he's been around a while.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's gonna be ours one day.
Instructors 40 years ago had rejected traditional painting.
Right.
And whereas a sculpture was something that was new, cutting edge, and you know, like you were saying earlier, it's visceral.
That's the thing with sculpture is there's no sleight of hand. It's like it's right there.
So this sculpture is part of a series in which I take that to that exact dimension you're talking about, participatory. So you're not, sculpture is not just something to look at, to touch, to feel, but to interact with. The artist is making something that's never been made before.
Hey. All right. Aloha, where are they at?
seeing it, stranger. Wow, this place.
Something else.
Oh,
My dream studio.
my dream studio. Yeah, I'm like, I got 4 acres.
That's what I wrote.
Man, I wish I could have a barn like this.
Well, would you like to take it for a spin?
Oh man, I want to drive the thing.
But each time,
Make money off it.
you know, you heard PK Fernandez is going under, right? So maybe there's an opening in the market.
Oh yeah,
Something a little more. And the insurance companies, I don't know if they're going to like this stuff.
I've been on hamster wheels before, but only in work.
It's like a
Not
dribble
in-
and a hamster wheel.
I want to get it running.
Like a spin on the wheel of life. So are the days of our lives.
Oh, it's going faster. Is it supposed to go fast like this? Am I supposed to whack
You get going fast enough, you can go.
Whoa, I know I'm supposed to go forward. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There are my goals, my aspirations, and my obstacles all ahead of me.
Hey, this isn't Iona Dance Theater. What do you think this is? Cirque du Soleil here?
Please forgive me if I'm a little slow going. Years of fast living, just under my growing. I took 2 steps forward,
So good.
another one back. Started over so many times I losing track.
I'm on the news.
Showed up unexpectedly, and I guess that's just your nature. Subtle and sweet as a kind word from a quiet stranger. Baby, you made it easy. Baby, you made it easy. I heard true love was the hardest thing to find. Since the day I first saw you, that's been heavy on my mind.
Shooting the Honus is just exciting.
So,
You know, you
yeah, it
never
is.
know.
Right now it's on season 2. The last week I've been going on, but I try to get them moving or doing something. And then I'm like, I raise pygmy goats.
You got me with the goats.
I know. I raise them as pets too. I'm more of a pet hoarder than a farmer. I only sell the babies to I sell them to people I end up meeting and knowing. I won't just sell them to companies, but they're my little babies. I just had 9. I had restored a 72 Volkswagen bus, and I ended up spending $5,000 on an Aquatech water house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just say I sold my motorcycle.
I believe it. That was why I sold a 72 Volkswagen bus to. It was about $10,000 out the door with the lens, the bang. But I'll tell you what, like I made my money back.
Chandra and I are getting ready to shoot Rubben pool, actually. No random people wandering off from the beach, no murkiness. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, no current. Her poses are just so big.
Yeah, she looks like a ballerina or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because I thought I could picture her doing like an upside down spin with like red.
Yeah, she's trying to avoid everyone. Even the battle for peace. The Queen of Ireland, Friday morning. The Queen of Ireland, Friday morning.
town, but I do really like the village.
I love the old buildings down here. I like seeing the old photographs.
We'll just have to wander Chinatown and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we can score some fruit.
Oh yeah, is it the farmer's market?
Yeah, there's a little market up here on the side. They have really nice exotic fruits. So after
after he got out of prison, we met my mom, and after they split, that was pretty much it. He just went to living on the streets and never really got the help that he needed. When I got this tattoo by Marie, I was actually looking for Richie. I had met him at the Hawaii Tattoo Convention in 2014, but I could not remember his name, and I lost his card, and the only thing I could remember was Black Cat Tattoo. So I just knew here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
They were upside down, so I was like, I gotta cover these, you know, like what was I thinking? I was with my brothers at spur of the moment, you know, like yeah, just do it. And then it changed. And then it evolved into the peacock, which is when they describe Krishna in the forest, and he sings and plays his flute, and all the animals gather around and dance beneath his flute, and the peacock bows down and offers its feather to him, and he takes the feather and plays evolved into that. And the birds and the roses are kind of like how they describe in the Bhagavad Gita, two birds sitting on one branch. The story is that the gods got very jealous of the people and their power, and so Zeus sent down lightning bolts to split everyone up. And like Indra does. Yeah. And then once they were split up, they were trying to find their other halves, and so that's where hugging comes from, is seeing if they fit together. And love was born when people experienced separation for the first time, and then they had to join back together.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Love and separation is the most painful and real of all, right?
Yeah, definitely. We know that. Another artist, a portrait artist, Kaylee, she's moved to Florida now, but before she moved, she invited me, when I was still deep in my grief, she invited me to paint with her on the beach. And we just sat out there all day and painted, and these children came and they saw us painting and asked if they could join in, and so I let them paint on my canvas. I let them paint on my canvas, and I taught them how to use it.
Special.
It was beautiful. It's
We're both busy gals.
Yes. You know? And then now that we've created something together, I'm so excited to edit your photos.
So saw little glimpses. And that's why I love your underwater photography. I feel like it just captures the mystery of the ocean. The mystery of it all.
I think the drawing that I drew was of all of us as a morning glory vine linked together with all of our heads as the flowers kind of tilted down, because morning glories close every evening. And yeah, exactly. And so it's all of us entwined with each other, with our heads bowed, in mourning for our friends.
The bodysuits or something, and that seems really helpful.
That's what I've been wearing, because I went the first couple times in a bikini and it was a free show for everybody.
Yeah, I went there, dude. I mean, I feel like there's just things in Hawaii that do that. Like, I've been naked more than once and not by choice, just due to nature. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, how you do that at our house?
She came to get it. She saw me.
Just by happenstance.
Like, yeah, I guess I had tried to crawl out of bed and I woke up in the hospital. Well, first I had this crazy, I don't want to call it a dream or a hallucination.
Let the first sound you hear be a beating heart, speeding bright, speeding bold. As when your eyes come to me, I'm humbled constantly, a supernova in sight. yours is the heart that paints the world the very best in the colors of your life. So be kind, have courage, treat yourself with dignity. Walk tall, speak sweetly, be brave enough to leave. It's when you're caught in the darkness that comes over me. Remember yours is a light that the darkness cannot be. That yours is a light that the darkness cannot be. Find that your heart, it burns as big as your mother's, and your smile just as bright. Remember grace when you fall and turn to shadows like your father, and the words to make it right, make it right. Was to be kind, have courage, treat yourself with dignity. Walk tall, speak sweetly, be brave enough to leave. It's when you're caught in the darkness that comes over me. Remember yours is a light and the darkness cannot be. That yours is a light and the darkness cannot be. And as you fall into stars, find your place among the orchards. Know you're perfect as you are.